Yeah, fucking hate it. It is so fucking manipulative. The other one I fucking hate. That I fucking hate. It's fucking boring.
Yeah. So, drama channels. You want to talk about drama channels? Do you want to talk about people that recap tea? Or
No, people who start drama.
And you did it at my birthday dinner. Dramageddon 2018 or whatever was the best week of my entire life.
So we have to talk about Anna Paul.
And I watched the 2.5 hour podcast, so I'm ready to talk about
Tesla,
it, mate.
as I called her.
No, don't put her in the Musk camp, mate. Ain't no need.
I didn't know her name. I don't even know who any of these people are. I've not kind of, when I started on TikTok, there was a whole Veruca. That was the terrible tragedy with her baby. There was someone who went to a funeral of the baby and fucked up, and I don't know. And I said, oh, this is all a bit crazy. And then there was the Anna Paul has been in and out of favour. I never really engaged with her stuff because it's not for me. And I think that's important to recognise. I'm 109 years old. I don't give a fuck.
Well, here's the thing. I am in the OF girly world. They are no, I'm not an OF model yet. No, I'm not. But I love their content. I love Veruca's content. I love Blue Eyed Kayla Jade's content. She's
not OnlyFans.
Yes, she is.
Is she?
Yeah, but
I thought she was.
That's how she started. She's a full service sex worker, but she started on OF.
Blue Eyed Kayla Jade is a raconteur, and by that I mean she tells a story like no other.
Oh, she's unbelievable. Her presence is
very,
beautiful.
very good at telling a story.
And she's really clever. She's really, really clever.
Yeah. So, I'm mates with a brothel madam.
Yeah.
Well, she was saying to me, like she was listing all the SW girls on why did I say that when I've been saying fuck? Sex workers.
Unalive.
And she was going, no, Kayla's the real deal.
Yeah, she's unreal. Loves her.
She's so smart and doesn't pretend that it's not a fucking shit job sometimes.
Well, like most jobs. Do you know what I mean?
She does love Van Cleef, though.
As is her right.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll forgive you.
So the OnlyFans girly pops kind of came really in. Kayla is the newest addition to this space, but Michaela, Anna,
but Michaela
Veruca,
and Anna aren't working as sex workers with clients, so are they?
The sex work is OnlyFans is still sex work though.
No, that's different.
But it's still under the umbrella of sex work.
Yeah, it is, but it's photos compared to going to a hotel.
Yeah, but it's being a pornographer.
Yeah, okay.
Which is sex work.
But I think it's different if you're being flown to Japan with a client.
Well, what are you doing next weekend? No, I don't.
I've got an Audi.
Yeah. No, I agree, but they still are like, you can be a singer or an actor and they're still in the entertainment industry. You do different jobs.
For sure. But I think there's a different level of security, safety, money, stress.
Oh, absolutely.
Sexual testing, like all of those things that is.
Oh, yeah, the safety parameters are different.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
So anyway, these girls, fucking insane levels of drama. And I love that Kayla, I was really angry when people were like, she went to the Drake concert. And I said, so did every other motherfucker on this app.
And Drake wore an Anna Paul quote T-shirt. Let's have a conversation about that for a second, actually. Simply did not get enough coverage. Talk about A minor. You're getting involved in beef 16-year-olds love?
Aubrey.
Come on, mate.
That's his fucking
what
name.
in the fucking Degrassi are we doing, brother?
So anyway, the beef. So we've got Veruca and fucking someone fighting at a funeral. We've got Michaela calling out Anna. Are you team Michaela? Are you team Anna? I mean, this is team Jen, team Ange back in the day when Jennifer Aniston got divorced.
And many, many moons ago, it was fucking Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Bi Sisters, Tati Westbrook.
Yeah. I remember
Dramageddon. That was everything.
Do you think it's good for the internet to have that?
Oh, I think it's a natural part of the ecosystem.
Right.
I think that everything's a bit Lord of the Flies, isn't it?
It's a little bit scrag fight in the lockers.
Well, this one in particular, I saw someone the other day being like, It's real bogan shit, isn't it?
It is low rent. I wouldn't comment on it for ages. People kept saying, "What's your thing?" And I kept saying, "It's low rent. It's below my fucking pay grade."
Well, I think as more and more has come out about Michaela and Anna, the issues are there are allegations against members of that family that are really serious.
Yeah.
And they deserve to be treated with the seriousness
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they require.
Yeah.
There are other parts of it that are like, she's a bitch, and that I go, faux show.
Yeah.
But I think that this is a thing where when someone is that ambitious, which most people are, that level of ambition comes with a sense of ruthlessness or an ability to cut people off or to make people do what you need them to do, away from kind of traditional proper ethics that is not good, not normal necessarily, but is a part of it.
Yeah, but so someone like Veruca got called out for saying that Anna Paul's dad lived in a fucking cave or whatever.
Van life with Hans, yeah.
And everyone said she's lying. Well, she wasn't lying. She was telling the truth. Yeah. But because of the way Veruca presents information...
This is tone policing, though. This is classic. I couldn't understand what you said because you were hysterical. Like,
calm down,
girlie. Yeah, this is a thing that happens, I think, to a lot of women on and off the internet.
I think it's happened to me. So when people said, "Oh, what did you think?" I finally stepped in and said, "I'm not going to comment on anything other than Veruca told you so, and you didn't listen because of the way she looks and the way she sounds."
Absolutely.
And so I think the influencer world is really tricky in that thing. If you're going to be blunt, where I go, hey, there are other fucking cardigans and don't fall for scarcity marketing. Well done to Henny for having the cleverest marketing girl in town for making the currency of those cardigans go viral, but don't fall for it. Which is, I see scarcity marketing happening all the time now.
Of course.
Well done to them. I hope fucking Nadia got heaps and heaps of cardigan money. But my point is, don't think bigger.
Yeah.
And everyone said, you're a fucking mole. Yeah, I'm a mole, but too bad. Veruca's the same.
Yeah.
She said it. She knew it was true.
She's exceptionally blunt. Also, the time at which this came to the forefront for Veruca was during a time that was really fraught for her on a personal level. So fucking sad. And so she, during a time where she was grieving, also said this, and people called her volatile and awful and hysterical and all of these things. But two things can be true. She can be right about what she said and in a really bad place. Yeah. And she doesn't have to get up there and be like, hi, everyone, here's what I had to tell you today.
You know, the influencer thing, the fucking dog whistling. When did we all decide that?
Who's we? The royal we drives me mad.
Fucking we.
I don't like the monarchy, so no more royal we's from me, mate.
So Anna and Michaela's released at the fucking Lord of the Rings length podcast.
Part 1, firstly. 2.5 hours, part 1, sweetheart.
Oh. In her bed.
I'm loving it. I loved it so much.
In the world's biggest California king.
With holding a little microphone, live, laugh, loving. And I loved it. And the receipts were excellent. And I would say pop it on in the background while you have a mooch around. It's really worth the listen.
See, I don't know the law.
That's why it's 2.5 hours.
Okay, so generational gap here. The mother.
Mama.
Yes. Mama. That's a problem for me because Mama should have stepped in.
With?
The type of work, the son, I don't know. I just felt it was a little bit momager. It was a little bit.
But without
if Mum's
the
getting free trips to fucking Turkey or Germany or whatever, is she actually going to go, oh, Anna, you know, we need to think about
Anna, if you're running illegal lotteries, I don't know if that's the move, sweet queen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's a lack of guidance, but I also think that that's difficult when one person of the family, aka the daughter, is the primary breadwinner. She makes all the money for the entire family.
See, that's fucked. I'd be fucking devo if that was you.
Why don't you want my money?
Bitch.
Are we fighting?
Better get my money. No, because that's not your responsibility.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? I agree.
It's not your responsibility to do that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for me?
But that's the people that have children and are like, and to other childless people are like, who's going to look after you? And you're like, I don't know.
Me.
My super?
My superannuation.
Yeah.
You don't owe me anything.
You and Dave have always been very, very good at being like, and when the time is right, you pop me in a home.
Yes.
No need to
In fact,
change nappies.
I'll put myself in a home before that.
I'm going to do it to you next week.
You should. Fucking evening tides.
Yeah,
with
good
Kate
night.
and Dave. We'll have bunk beds. No, but seriously, the mother and let's, I know we're going to do another episode on children on the internet, but wow, that really is your child on the internet.
Yeah.
Box and all.
Oh, see, I have no issue with the sex work. I have an issue with Anna's followers being underage and her promoting sex work as a vocation.
I have no issue with sex work, and I've been very supportive of the sex work industry
Absolutely.
over the years. The issue for me is you didn't step in and stop your children from doing stupid fucking shit because you were benefiting. And if that relationship is really unbalanced, and I don't know jack shit about shit with that family, but if that relationship is so imbalanced that you can't say something to your daughter to knock it off, or your son to fucking not be a creeper, then allegedly, then probably you have an imbalanced relationship and it's not good, and go to family therapy.
No, absolutely. I reckon we're doing twice a week family therapy. Every other day we're doing personal. Like, we need
Is
to
Dad
get
in the
there.
van coming?
Nah, Hans is busy. I like Hans. But also, Michaela talks a lot about how often when Anna would talk about kind of the quote-unquote poverty she grew up in, that it was Hans at home being like, what are you talking about?
So you said Michaela grew up in real abject poverty.
Absolutely.
Like Mackay.
Terrible, terrible circumstances. A lot of abuse and trauma in her upbringing, which she's very upfront about in her videos and just in general.
You know what? I remember reading a quote years ago saying it's really hard to be a pretty girl growing up poor.
Yeah.
Because you are an absolute fucking target for predators.
Absolutely. And she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's a gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a lot of sexual and physical abuse growing up.
And so Anna took on parts of her story.
Well, Anna co-opted the ability to use – this is a classic social media thing, right? If you say that you were poor and now you want to flex, people won't call you a wanker.
Oh, well, good on you. You're getting it. Okay.
Yeah, hustle, girly.
But she wasn't. She was lower middle class, right? Middle class.
She was middle class.
Right.
She was fine. She was live, laugh, love in her Louis Vuitton for Happy Sweet 16 sweaty.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like, she was fine. She's
Right.
Queensland, living it up. But, yeah, it's that classic thing of, like, if I show you that I started from the bottom, now we're here, you won't call me a fuckwit.
Right.
For putting up a photo of me in front of my Beamer.
But that's when it becomes on social media, influencers seeing wealth as a personality trait.
But also touch grass. What are you talking about?
I hate that phrase.
Well, get a new one then. I don't know what to do about it. I don't like touch grass as a general thing, but I think it's real.
Right.
Either get outside.
Yeah, see the world.
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
hobby.
Because being wealthy is not a personality trait
No.
that is necessarily anything that you can measure your life by. So for someone like Anna who's, I remember when she first started and I'd seen a few things because you liked her, and there was like her buying a lot of stuff for her friends for her birthday. And but the thing is too that people are saying that in OnlyFans isn't as popular as it used to be.
I think it was
There's
really
a lot of
popular through
competition.
COVID.
Oh, okay.
Bit lonely.
Bit
In the house. Busy. Yeah, fair enough. Happens.
Ew.
No, that's all right. No shame here.
No.
Shame-free fun.
I know. But I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to think about it.
But yeah, I don't know what else I can talk about.
No. I just
making noises.
I think that it's the drama around that feels really. So my brothel madam friend, who I am going to try and get on this podcast
I'd
because
love
she's
that.
fucking unreal, was explaining to me that there's a difference between day shift girls and night shift girls. And she said the night shift girls are all fight.
Yeah.
It is, sorry to sound like Marty Sheargold, high school. It is fighting, who's got the best fucking makeup, who's got this, who's fighting, who's getting what guy, blah, blah, blah. And it feels very kind of harem-esque energy with these girls online, these influencers. Wasn't who were the other girls who were OnlyFans? The girl from Dominica, she's had a fight with her friend who was on the socials as well. She was an OnlyFans girl. I don't know. It's just like fucking hell.
Well, I find it interesting that a conversation between you and I that started about influencers has moved slightly to a conversation about sex work. But they are two women-led industries.
Everyone has a price.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. We're talking about the commodification of self.
Yeah.
And so it's prevalent in both
All right,
ways.
fucking Miss Mackin.
Find sexy thoughts like that on my OF. No.
Imagine that if you just did philosophy on OnlyFans.
I'm hoping to monetize it soon. I'll wear my Sue Sylvester track top and I'll say smart shit and people will pay.
No,
Yeah.
that's great. That's what we're hoping to do with this podcast.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it is everyone has a price. And that's
Absolutely.
what I see. Like people going bigger, influencers going bigger and more crazy and more outrageous and getting more work done to their faces and fucking kids being crazier online and fucking wacky shit. And I just go, oh, calm the fuck down.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
That's stressful.
Cortisol levels all-time high on the internet currently.
But if you're trying to get your fucking 10 grand a pop video, you have to have had high engagement.
Absolutely. So you
And
have to do crazy shit.
Crazy
and rage
shit.
bait people.
Oh, rage bait.
Click.
This is interesting though because the concept of rage bait, people have called me rage baiter before.
I called you that all through my teen years. I said you're actually rage baiting me by waking me up today.
Rat bait. I think, fuck, that's the last thing I would do. But anytime you say something that's contentious or divisive or, you know, is grey, people go, that's fucking rage bait.
No, absolutely. But then I see someone that's like, I eat a carnivore diet, watch me eat a tomahawk steak and 28 eggs for breakfast off a wooden cutting board with my fingers.
Yes.
And I go, firstly, what is happening on my reels, bro? Something's wrong, Zuckerberg. But also I'm like, and then all the comments are like, how dare you? And I'm like, no, you're paying their rent right now with your angry little comments.
Social media feels really angry at the moment.
Yeah.
Really fucking angry. Angrier than I've ever seen it. And in the last 3 weeks, I've been involved in a drama offline that wasn't mine, but I have seen someone get cancelled in real time. And I have stayed out of it, but I have all the receipts.
Yeah.
And I just gave the receipts to someone who's smarter and braver than me on the internet and went,
Good girl.
here you go, darling.
Love to handball.
Yeah, I handballed,
Loves it.
and went, I get the information. Not every story is mine to tell.
No.
And it needed to be told, but I'm watching this person get cancelled, and rightly so, because they're fucking knobs. Get fucking out of the space. You are toxic and horrible.
Yeah.
You're done. But my point is that I think that rage baiting that person was doing was so incredibly corrosive, particularly to people of colour, particularly to women.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand for it.
No. Of course.
I will always fucking jump in,
Of course.
whether that makes me a rage baiter or not.
Well, I think that your kind of fuck around and find out attitude people consider rage baiting because you love to jump on the app, hit record, have a dog on your knee and drop a mic or two.
Yeah, I do.
And fucking Irish exit out.
Yeah.
You love it. And I don't hate it as a communication method and mode. I think it works and I think it's effective and I think it aligns with who you are and your personality. Authenticity matters, etc.
I am exactly right now. If we went and had lunch with fucking these bitches in this room, exactly the fucking same.
Exactly.
It's too tiring not to be that. So when you see people who unmask, and you go, oh, you're actually like Avery Woods, that American girl. She's a mummy blogger. She was very popular. She said some pretty fucking, I thought they were funny things about far-right Christians. She's getting cancelled left, right and centre. Whatever. It's another world, that American thing. Yeah. But what I did see was who she really is when she made those comments.
Yeah.
I actually prefer that version of her.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
But it's so hard to maintain that personality and the wacky fucking kooky
It's all a bit
shit.
keeping up with the Joneses shit, man. It's untenable to actually maintain.
Yeah.
And this is when you get into situations where people are like, she is so beautiful and lovely and fucking serene and gorgeous or whatever online, and then she was an actual mole to me in the street.
Yeah, like the thing. There's a thing with the plus size community going on at the moment, which I've stayed out of. You'd be very proud of me.
I am.
The no one fights more than OnlyFans girls than plus size community.
What are the plus size divas talking about?
Well, allegedly someone said that you know, someone went to an event and she said you shouldn't be here, you have you don't have enough followers, that old chestnut.
Good
and
grief.
then now they've all moved camps saying, well, if you support that influencer, we're not going to come. And like
Fucking episode of Survivor?
everyone's fighting over the elastic waisted pants.
Oh, good fucking grief.
I know. And I'm like, just can't, there is enough stretch for everyone.
Oh my God. Polyester for all.
Yeah, lots of polys, lots of esters. I'm like, fucking shut up.
It's just, this is the thing that I don't understand. And this has also been my kind of, I mean, I love drama, right? I love drama and I love gossip.
As long as I'm not in it.
As long as I'm not in it. But also it does get to a point where I'm like, oh, now we're just fighting for fighting's sake.
The other thing I want to say is you can't expect your followers to keep backing you up all the time because it's tiring.
They will get tapped out.
No. So when my shit went down with a certain T-shirt brand.
Ruh-roh.
Raggy. My followers were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fucking absolutely went to war
unreal.
for me. And I will always appreciate that. But I also recognise that it's fucking tiring for those fuckers to go, no, you don't know Kate. She's actually really nice. I'm like, how many times do you have to type that copy paste? No, you don't know Kate. She didn't say that one. Yeah. She didn't say that. And I think, fuck, I don't want to have to ask you to do that for me again.
No, it has a cost. I mean, it's the same as a parasocial relationship is obviously not the same as an interpersonal relationship, but there are some things. If you have a friend that's the fucking liability, at some point you're going to get sick of doing the apology tour with them.
We call it the limit, you and I.
Absolutely.
You know, the friend who gets really munted, and it's interesting. There's a great girl on TikTok called Recovering Party Girl, and I was on her podcast a little while ago. It hasn't come out yet, but she's got a crack. She deserves more followers. I might give her a shout out. She does a whole thing about how she thought she was the fun party girl. She was a fucking limit. She was the girl that you had to go, oh, sorry, I've got to get her home. She's fucking spewed all over the Uber in your name. Your rating's fucked. You know, look, you're an addict.
Yeah. Look, and we've all been the limit for a period of time.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends from a long time ago that are still my friends that talk about no one has less warning for a spew than Tansy Gorman. No one has less of a countdown. That's the honest to God truth of the matter.
Terrible, Tansy.
Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Sorry, love.
But there's an influencer online who I've had beef with who I think is a fibber. So I
think you're a dobber.
I'm a fucking dobbers wear nappies. I'm wearing a big nappy because she is spouting all this really far-right Christian shit.
Yeah.
And when I went and looked at her and anti-vax shit, and when I went and looked at her Facebook, which was open, it was complete opposite. It was pro-gay marriage. I'm going to vote yes. It was get your vaxxers. I hate Scott Morrison. And I was like, oh, I think you're faking it.
Love.
To get traction and find those crunchy mums.
See, here's the thing. Love. I love that.
Right.
To me, at some point, that becomes like Mel Buttle doing her mum voice. That, to me, becomes a character.
Do you want a yogurt?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want a yogurt? Oh, you should see her today. Doesn't know anything behind the desk. Like, that becomes almost performance art shit to me, and I suddenly love the character.
Yeah, so I can't work it out because I don't think it's real.
Love that, though.
Yeah. So now I've stopped engaging because it's like fighting with Marcel Marceau. One of us is faking it.
Absolutely. God, it's like fighting with fucking Chris Angel. It's going to puff out the room.
But it's working. She's getting the brand deals.
See? Because if you
it's
know that
it's the stay-at-home stay-at-home daughter.
See, this is the thing, especially if people have kind of tricky views, far right views that I would politically think are terrible, whatever. and you know that people are already commodifying and making a shit ton of money in that space, why not take some money off the table?
Isn't it like the grinder at pretty much breaking during the Republican conference?
Oh, busy boys. Busy boys. But this is like a
Waterproof
friend of mine
makeup.
was reading a book about socialism recently. Hilarious segue. And they were talking about kind of being far left politically, and they was in the book they were talking about the most helpful thing you can do is join a conservative party.
Right.
And maintain your own beliefs while in that space. That is the most actually helpful thing you can change the political dial.
I don't want to punch everyone.
Absolutely. But if you can put that aside and sit there and go, oh, that's so true. You're so right. I love this far right space. But did we think about maybe doing this and keeping healthcare?
Oh, that's
and
like,
so you can, a bit double agent vibes.
There's a girl I watched last night who's trying to de-red pill boys by joining the space.
Protect your peace, queen. But yes, absolutely. Yeah. But it's the most helpful thing to actually do.
Rotating them.
Yeah, it's a bit absolutely in the fucking trenches, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that because I'm mouthy. I'm gobby as fuck.
Don't say gobby, mum. I'll tell you what it means off air.
Oh. Before we finish, I do want to talk about one thing, which is what I call the influencer face.
Mm-hmm.
They're having all this work done. They've got the single tooth.
Yep.
They've got fillers, and you know all the words that they're.
It's the
Juvederm or some shit.
Oh, the salmon sperms. Yes, the sperms are under the eyes.
Yeah.
We're doing turkey teeth. We're doing hair plugs.
Yeah.
We're doing nip, tuck, and fuck. Like it's the whole gauntlet.
Yeah, and the chin and the
buccal fat draining shit.
Yeah, so they all look the same.
It's very scary. Absolutely. Also,
you're all looking the same. No. It's like you can't be an actor in a period piece with fucking lip filler and buccal fat removal.
No, this is the thing. Yeah, and I'm also a huge advocate for do whatever the fuck you want with your body. It's your body, babes. But it's your body. Why does it look like everyone else's body? This is the thing. I don't have to be like fucking she's a rainbow. You can't change anything about yourself.
It's Kardashian face.
Yeah, but not everything needs to be as God intended it. You're allowed to change shit.
Yeah.
But not everyone needs to look exactly the same as the bitch next door.
It's so weird to me. Years ago, there was a mayor or assistant mayor in Sydney who had a massive wedding. The marriage lasted about 5 minutes.
Love.
But his girlfriend was like a girl from Newcastle, a beautician from Newcastle who had so much work done. And I remember she'd had all this work done. She was the beginning of it. And now these girls are getting the same thing.
Yeah.
It's this real kind of Sydney aesthetic thing, and it fucking freaks me out.
What's the buccal fat, the buccal fat, fucking bubonic fat? I don't know. Your fat little chin. That's what they're getting removed.
Yeah, I know that. The waddle.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, and I've never considered plastic surgery until I started on TikTok, and I said I'm dry begging for a waddleectomy to get rid of this.
Suddenly were like,
I said to you, that's it. I'm getting work done.
Yeah.
What the
mother daughter turkey
fuck?
time? I thought, what can I get just for fun?
I googled it and said, it's only 15K in Turkey.
You're gonna have to sell a lot of air fryers, mate.
And Dave said to me, "Don't you fucking dare." Seriously. I've never worried about that.
You know, I have a real thing internally where I want to get work done because I'm interested in it, but I'm a bit scared of it because I want to get a lot done.
You can do it. You hate the anaesthetics.
No, the anaesthetic would be fine. I'm a big girl. It's the I want to
get
work.
Had 12 operations. How many fucking more do you want?
Not one of them touched my eyelids. So I'm over it. This is ridiculous.
Oh, the bliss affected me.
Yeah, they touch my shoulder all the time.
Where my massive influencers are making plastic surgery language normalized freaks me out.
Oh, absolutely. It's very, very scary. I feel like at some point we're all going to be the fat people at the end of Wall-E, just eating in from our troughs. Like, it's very scary to me.
I'm that now. Anyway, all right. Good talk.
Well done,
See you next week.
See you then.